Hey friends, love them anyway. That's going to be the encouragement theme of this bonus video. It's going to be a tough teaching. I'm going to let you know that up front. But I've been thinking about this story in John chapter 4 that we've been looking at in the past 10 or 15 videos. And this is the overall idea of all of that, of the story. You should go read the whole story. Jesus taught that we're supposed to love people anyway, those that we agree with and those that we disagree with. See, the lady that the story is about, the Samaritan woman, his life was diametrically opposed to hers. Like, they lived completely in different directions. And Jesus didn't shame her. He didn't look down on her. He didn't, pass her to the side. He had to go meet this woman. And it just got me thinking that, in the contentious world that we live in, that it's easy to, when attacked, and even as a follower of Jesus, I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to say I get this right all the time, but it's easy to, when I'm attacked, to want to attack back. The Apostle Paul, he's got some words for us. He says that the weapons that we fight with, they're not the weapons of the world. See, the weapons of the world, what the world uses is, pew-pews and, pointy ends, and shame and guilt, and they have no problem with lying and gossip, and if we're really honest, we've used a lot of those same weapons in the church. But Paul says the weapons that we use, we're not supposed to use the weapons of the world. We're supposed to use the same weapons that Jesus did. See, what we want is an eye for an eye or a tooth for a tooth. Right? If I'm really honest, that's what I want. But Jesus said, no, my followers, they need to live a turn the other cheek. They need to live a, if someone tries to steal your cloak, just give them your shirt too, type of life. See, when in Romans chapter 5, the Apostle Paul, he says it like this: God demonstrated his own love for us in this: while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. He said, while we were still diametrically opposed to Jesus, that's when he sacrificed himself for us. See, even those of us inside the church, we want to do what everybody else does. What we see them doing is, it's us versus them. And we've got to come to understand that Jesus said, no. It's me, Jesus, and then there's everybody else. See, we're all on the same playing field at the foot of the cross. But I get that there's a discussion about the righteous versus the unrighteous. But I don't believe, and I could be wrong, but I don't believe the unrighteous are ever talked about as our enemies. They might be opposed to us, but we're supposed to love and show compassion to them, as in the instance of the Samaritan woman. Or as we could go to many places throughout the story of Jesus. The woman caught in adultery. Any number of places we could go. Jesus didn't shame these people. He didn't look down on them. In fact, what Paul says in 1 Corinthians 6 is, he goes, what business is it of mine to judge those outside the church? Are you not to judge those on the inside? See, we are supposed to judge lives. It's just the ones that are trying to follow Jesus. We've got no business trying to judge those that haven't agreed to play by the same rules that we have. See, that's tough, because if we do what Paul says here, it's going to make Sunday mornings uncomfortable, isn't it? It's going to mess up the good thing that we have, because there's a very real possibility that they're going to go, who do you think you are? It's much easier for us to overlook each other's shortcomings, for those of us that meet on Sundays, and look out the windows and talk about the bad people out there. But that's not what Jesus did. It's not what he taught. He taught even those that don't agree with us, those that attack us, those that try to shame us, we don't let that dictate how we treat them back. See, as one pastor, I think it's Greg Boyd, put it, we're allowed one opinion of people, just in general. And everybody that you come into contact with is somebody that Jesus thought was worth dying for. We're supposed to treat them accordingly. We don't fight with the weapons of the world. We fight with the weapons of love and grace and generosity and compassion. We're called to love them anyway. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.